Hello everyone, Legendary V19 here along with us. Where are you, Aron and Bistex? And this time is gonna be on the summers behind the scenes of what happened in Aron's Baltimore video and what it took for us to carry that team because of failed division, of course, understanding the positioning of your ship and surviving the entire game, learn how to dodge more shots and never do the mistake how I did and get too close to radar ships, of course, because knowing where they are is gonna help you improve your gameplay, which we did, but it happens. You fail the speed of the ship and you end up getting too close, but it is what it is. Well, stick up till the end and see what happens. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So, we're back into the game now. We spawn in the land of fire. I think that was like the second or third time we had the same map, because we did like 2 or 3 games together. And guess what? The second time it was exactly in the same spawn. And of course, we're gonna look at the map, realizing that we have a failed division on our side and we have 2 divisions on the enemy team, which one of them is gonna be the Iowa and Sandhurst can spawn on our side, and then the other division is gonna spawn with Lenin and I believe Baltimore in the middle of the cap. And of course they're gonna maintain the middle until the end, because the mistakes that a lot of people doing, and that's gonna be the mistake that the failed division did, and they're the ones who did the mistake and don't even pay for it. Instead of pushing Bravo and get a position for a crossfire, they just gonna completely abandon that site, which happens a lot in that game. Nothing you can do. There's people that have no idea how to play. Just because you spawn middle doesn't mean you have to figure out which side to go. You can still sit there and figure out how to play the game and look for crossfires. Because from Bravo, if you push close enough to that little island you have over there, you can have crossfires towards Alpha, and if you have enough range to even shoot that Sandhurst or the Iowa. But for now, we're trying to take the base, because of course we are in a destroyer. But as we say many times, if you cannot take the base, just leave it and you'll come back later. Never die for the base, never be like, oh, I want to capture base and my team didn't protect me, so I died. No, it's always on you. If you feel like you're not going to have the base, just leave it and come back later. That's gonna happen with that Iowa. He's not going to allow me to take the base, so we're gonna end up dealing with him and see what we can do from now on. Because it's not too many times you see something like an Iowa to push the base and be like, you know what, I'm not going to allow you to take that. But hey, he did it. I was expecting the Iowa to be the one that was, basically doing what the Sandhurst was doing, but Iowa was the one brawling and Sandhurst was the one just, I guess, kiting away. And it didn't work out for none of them, because Iowa just put himself in the middle of the attention. It's gonna be the only target we're going to focus right now. Credits to him, he's gonna dodge most of my torpedoes, but we're still going to get him with a few. And now you see the big mistakes that our fellow division did, which is for some mysterious reason, they just decided to go all the way around the back island that it's behind our spawn, and allowing the enemy team in the middle to just grab it with no problem. The plan here was just to go back to the middle, but we are located, of course. So at the beginning I was not sure if there is a destroyer here, or there is a Piotr Bagration, or the Baltimore runs built with a commander that gives you that similar thing like twisting track. We are not sure exactly, but once again we saw that both of them are in Bravo. What's the point of me going there and die in front of Baltimore that can radar me? So we're not going to do it. Just go back in our base where we first started and make sure this Iowa goes back to port, even though it's gonna take a little bit longer than we expected because hit the island, so we're not gonna manage to hit the torps. Our team still just have the most slow ship you can imagine in the game, so there you go. There is around, let me see, almost 5 minutes and they still haven't done anything for the team. Our Charlie Cup, it's almost the same story. They're not going to try and do something, even though the destroyer the enemy team has is, how you call it, Friesland, which makes it very weird for me. Why would you not push a cap when you see there's no torpedo threat, and then you complaining about, you know, concealment on destroyers that have 2 powerful torpedoes? And yeah, but right now the enemy is worried about me because they understand I have the torpedoes, I have some decent guns, and they can to radar me. And what we do, how I like to do, that's the way I like to dodge. And that's the most annoying to dodge for the enemy team, because they think you go full speed and then you stop your ship and they just fly above you until they figure out that you're about to stop and the next salvo is probably going to be close enough. And here it's going to be the moment that we fucked up, because completely forgot about the Piotr Bagration and didn't expect those sneaky torps to come in the cap. But hey, another thing, I'll give credit to that Lenin for actually understanding every time I was about to torp him and just being ready to dodge. I gave him that. We are very lucky not to take that second torp, because I believe if we didn't take none of these torps, the game would be much easier, but I'm going to struggle for the entire game because of that unnecessary torpedo. Thank God it didn't do too much damage, so yeah, there you go. We have our teammates here, just came all the way from the other side of the island just so he can be in front of me on my way. I was trying to put a smoke for my teammates so I can make a big wall of smoke for them not to get spotted. Aron was in the Baltimore, so we had to keep him alive for the rest of the game, because keeping alive your cruiser is gonna benefit later on in the game, and keeping alive yourself is gonna benefit you 10 times more in the game. The more you survive in a destroyer, the more the team is going to depend on you 10 times longer than when the game starts, because when the game starts you need one simple thing to do, just spot. You don't need to go in the cap, just, you know, kill yourself, even though you understand the destroyer could be inside that cap because we are located for the entire of the game. But there you go, just one more ship and we're just gonna keep moving. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that myself, I didn't have the twisting track at that time. I had a torpedo build, which usually that's the way I run it, but I put the twisting track as well. But I was trying to do something for the torps that it keeps them basically detected between 1 kilometer, if I remember. That's the maximum you can get it, down to 1 kilometer detection range by sea, unless battleship is running that RGA mode, I think, if you call it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And there is another teammate that just came all the way around the island. He came back into the middle where he spawned and gave away his ship. Zitan did the same, and there you go. Now it's up to us to basically carry the next, I don't know, 10 minutes of the game and make sure we don't do any mistakes, because this game is gonna be down to the wire, how they call it, you know. So right now, just didn't expect this Lenin to get so close to me, so I did the mistake of getting too close. I was way too comfortable, but we're gonna be okay until we are not going to be okay anymore, because we're gonna do our best to just keep torping that Lenin. And I don't know, it must be the most predictable battleship I ever saw in the game, that every time I was torping, he was already out of the way that I was torping, and just the incoming damage for that guy must be so high. Well, nonetheless, Baltimore on the other side though, that's the second one that they have, comes this way, and together with him is gonna be the Friesland, and going to do a big mistake that's going to cost him the game for his team. And that's what I meant by being a destroyer and surviving the entire game, which he did until he didn't, because forgot that there is a destroyer on his enemy team, which is us, and we're gonna do what's most important to do in the entire of this game, which is spot. If you have difficult times to take a cap or take down somebody, spot for the team. Make sure the team can see most of the enemy team, so they can be selective on where to shoot, who is benefit more damage, who is benefit to just getting deleted quicker from the game. And as you do that, it's gonna help the team later on. Now, once again, like I say on my streams, not really trying to teach anyone how to play, but this is my experience, and I end up having some teachable moment because of mistakes and because of good things that I do when I play the game. And right now the good thing that we're trying to do is just keep ourselves as far away from the Baltimore and the Piotr Bagration. Like in general, we're just trying to keep us far away from the radar, and there you go. The moment we get into radar range, out of nowhere, the Baltimore understand that, hey, I'm in the radar. So I believe the reason behind that is stealth radar, something that a lot of these cruisers they like to run. And here we almost die, and we're gonna do our little secret, which is let them fly by and just move on and survive with just a little bit to carry the rest of the game. Because right now I'm not even looking at what else ship left, because our teammates Aron and Bistex gonna do the best to take down this Lenin and the Baltimore, and there's another Colorado just sat behind. At least I believe he didn't do the same thing to his team that our teammates did to us, which is go around the island, go back to where they spawn, and they still go down and take the ship to sink. So back to the mistake of the Friesland, which is open the gunfire, and of course we are in his gunfiring range of him getting spotted, and we're gonna keep him spotted for the rest of the game until one of our teammates will be able to just hit him with one. And there you go, we almost got the Lenin with 3, but 2, it's still enough, but not enough to take him down, because he's probably running more damage control. It was the unfortunate part of not having more than one cruiser on our side to set up fires. We had Aron on the Baltimore, but Baltimore has deadly AP, and I'm guessing that's a type of shell that he was using most of the game. So there is a Friesland going down, and at this point the game just looks super easy for the enemy team, which is basically just survive. That's it. They have 2 caps. What to do when you have 2 caps? Protect the one that it's in front of the other one, which at the time it's a middle. So if they protect the middle, the Charlie will never be taken. At the time they were telling me that, hey, you should go for Charlie, but hey, looking at the clock on how much time left in the game, me going in Charlie is not gonna benefit anybody, because until I get there I'm not even going to have enough time to take the base, because our destroyer is not the fastest in the game. So we decided to just hold spots until they can do something about it, and there you go, another one down. And who's left? Aron, Bistex, and another random teammate. Nothing to do about it, just another typical day to carry. There you go, California, another one of those ships that basically just went all the way around. Survive a little bit longer for the rest of the ship, but hey, still going down, not affecting the team for the win. Oh, I'm just gonna keep moving, I guess, and keep missing more torps, because let's not be funny, playing with Aron is probably gonna end up having the same torpedo accuracy like him, so it is what it is. Right. So, another Baltimore left, of course, which is the last one in the enemy team, and I believe it's the one that's not in division with them. And the Colorado, very low health, but as you know, the Baltimore doesn't have the greatest armor to survive from a Lenin salvo, so it's not gonna be easy for our teammate Aron to survive for long enough to keep Bistecs alive for skill to will to rebuild, but it is what it is. And that's gonna be the last salvo that we're gonna see on our game right here. Just basically try to predict where the enemy is gonna go. 2 salvos for the Baltimore because it's a cruiser, it can change direction quicker. There you go, the Lenin finally down, and our teammate is gonna go down anyway because of, fire from Mr. Arsonist. And Colorado decided to push close to the Baltimore, and that's gonna make the last torpedo threat that we had for the team.
Oh my god, he's turning.
Basically, yeah, there you go.
Let's go, boys.
That was a tragic moment for the enemy team, and the moment that we took the win after a very, very stressful, very stressful and frustrated game. There you go, we make a new word for ourselves. It's not gonna end up as a huge XP game or huge damage game, but it's gonna end up as a very, very competitive and sweaty game. And there you go, almost the entire team was gone down by us. But hey, thanks for watching until the end. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I'll see you next time, guys.